Greetings, folks. This is Mason Weaver, Clarence A. Mason. I'm the founder of LeaveThePlantation.org. Today is July the 5th, 2020, the day after the 4th of July, the day that we celebrate the birth of our nation in the midst of a massive attack on our nation. The attack is only made possible because we believe in freedom. We allow fools to be fools. We allow the enemy to be in our presence. We allow them to take over our public schools and teach our children the wrong history. We allow them to take over our entertainment industry to encourage fear and despair among the people. No hope, no chance. We allow them to control the news media, to feed us their lies. We allow that. We know they're doing it, and we allow it, and we allow them to change our own personal appearance of ourselves to be more fair and more tolerant of their intolerance and unfairness. A nation is under attack because we are fair and free. We allow them to lie to our face. We allow them to tell us that our structures and our statutes are immoral and allow them to take them down. We allow our elected officials to give them control of our cities and abandon us, the just. America has always been the place of unfair advantages of our enemies. We've always been the place of that. If we know our nation, if we know who we are, we know where we're going. The enemy will always come at us. I'm telling you, as a black man in America, as a black man who's been attacked by racists, left disabled and injured for dead, as a black man that's been discriminated against, I'm so proud to be an American. I don't let the things happening on an individual basis change my main opinion of me and my nation. This is America. Folks, America is populated by these creatures called humans, and we're not good people. We're bad. We're sinful. We're fallen. But America, this is America. This is the United States of America. There's not one country on this planet that I'd rather be born or raised or be in the business. As a black man, as a capitalist, I would not want to be anywhere else. Our country was formed by rich people. You hear them talk about how bad the rich is. Who do you think paid the army in the fields? 1776, we declared our independence from Britain. We weren't found free until 1781. Who paid the army while George Washington, the first president, was out there fighting? Who paid? Rich people paid. They became presidents of the fledgling America before George Washington and spent their money knowing that Britain would destroy their crop, destroy their fields, take their kids to jail. They knew that. These rich people put their money and bounty up to keep the army in the field. America had no hope of being Britain, the greatest army on the planet at the time. They had no sophistication. They had no technology. They had no strategy. They had no training. All we had was a quest for freedom and God Almighty. Outnumbered, outgunned, outmaneuvered, outtrained. We were Americans. And eventually the whole dang world realized what the heck that meant. Oh, it's true, you had slaves back then. Mason had slaves back then. But folks, understand, like a crack in the dam, like a hole in the dam, once freedom took hold, freedom for all had to follow. That dam busted and burst wide open a few years later. We took our freedom away from evil, and evil now is creeping back on us, telling us to abandon the national anthem, abandon the flag, abandon our statues, abandon our heroes, allow them to raise our kids in their image. The problems we face today in this country, the problems we see in America today, is our fault. Because we are not standing up. We are not confronting. And we will not stand up until we're outnumbered, outgunned, and outmaneuvered, out technology. We are not going to fight back until we have no choice. So we feel the wall on our back. And then, once again, we will stand up and show these clowns who Americans are. Why don't we cut through the chase and get over this mess? Why don't we just stand up and say, we got Donald Trump here facing the same problem that George Washington faced. Even his own troops came against him. His own security came against him. Sound familiar? He had to fight the Congress. He had to fight the governorships. He had to fight the army. He had to fight everyone, including the British. Sound familiar to you? Trump had no way of winning. Not only was he against the Democrats and Republicans and the establishment, he had no experience. But the people saw a bold dude stand up for them, for freedom, and wasn't afraid of these clowns out here, these people seeking safe spaces. Trump is doing it again. He had to fight the press. He had to fight the news. He had to fight the donors. He had to fight the Secret Service and the CIA and the FBI. Could you do that? Could you fight all those people? He had to fight the judges. He had to fight the prosecutors in New York City looking for his tax records. He had to fight everyone. And he won a battle he could not win. That's America. I love my country. I serve my country. There is no greater country on this planet for anyone. Black people, white people, Irish, Africans, Chinese. There is not a great place better than this place. There are great places, but nowhere I'd rather be a black man. I speak nationwide. I speak at your event too. I talk about the greatness of the individual called American. The greatness of the individual. We fought to destroy an old world-long concept called slavery. Slavery was the institution to build our countries and business and personal property for individuals. Slavery was the norm for the whole world until we had a new concept in this country by those rich folks that fought the war. That every square foot of ground I stand on is my ground. I'm free. And the Constitution was written by civilians to control government. There is nothing in your Constitution that controls you. There is nothing in your Constitution that regulates you. We are trying to regulate this government. Our founding fathers put together the Constitution to regulate the government. It is our control over the government, not the government's control over us. How dare us allow the government to tell us when we can hold church services? What is your authority? The Constitution do that. Where is your authority to tell a church they're not relevant or essential? But the drug dealers are. The abortion clinics are. The government does not decide what is essential, folks. We decide. But we're scared. We're told to be fair. They're going to call us names. They're going to call us racist. This is America, folks, and this is Clarence A. Mason. Join me at leavetheplantation.org. Join us. This is a place where the bold are gathering. This is a place where Americans are gathering. Leave your hyphenations at home. I'm tired of all this hyphenation. I'm tired of all this anger. I'm tired of guilt. Please do not apologize to me. One more person that apologized to me for slavery. One more, you guys. You know who you are. One more time, you tell me how sorry you are behind slavery. I'm going to kick your behind. I'm tired of it. You're the first victim of this new tiredness. We've had enough. We've had enough. One more you people tell me about emancipation or about reparations. One more of you. Try one more time. One of you guys come up to me again and tell me, especially you white people, gee whiz, get over it. Get over your guilt. Get over it. There is no white privilege. There's American privilege. We own this culture, the American culture, not a white culture or a black culture. I'm tired of it, so we're going to start with you guys first. Go find your safe places. Go apologize to the ghosts you're trying to chase and leave me alone. Let's build our country back up. So, folks, you ready to join this thing? Join us. LeaveThePlantation.org. Stop the garbage. Stop the mess. We will win when we show up. They will fall to our feet when we show up. We get our country back when we show up. Not when we apologize, not when we grovel, not when we complain, not when we talk about all what they're doing to us. We'll win this thing back when we take this thing back. It's going to take white people and black people to put on this doggone Trump hat and say, we've had enough. We want our country back. This is Mason Weaver, better known as Clarence A. Mason. LeaveThePlantation.org. Stay right or be left. Bye-bye.